Hi, how we doing? Welcome back to Etherflux Hunters. It's Dungeons and Dragons in Space with Bounty Hunters. I'm CT Avis, and the role of Templeton tonight will be played by Babyface Nelson.
Thank you. And yes, I was muted again.
Wait, I gotta get the right overlay here.
Should have bought that mug.
Oh yeah,
There we
that
go.
was funny.
That's the right one. All right, hey, welcome back, guys. We should have an exciting game tonight. Let's get a little music going here. When we last left off, you guys had infiltrated the top floor of the Galen Butani building. You had gone in with Shirley DeFins as part of her crew for whatever she wanted. She led you into a sort of secret area near the CEO's office, which is a sort of server room. And there you found the Githyanki engineer, Omarth, being he's just like kind of wired in directly to the hardware here of the server room. This explains perhaps why Weapons Division was getting phenomenal ideas the day before. They might have been pulling them straight out of Omarth's head. Omarth is semi-conscious, and he seems be focusing most of his key or self into trying to defeat the intrusions of the technology into him. You are in a room. As pictured here, there is a guy doing sort of data stuff, very busy. Currently, Abraxas has been trying to distract him. Also in the room, you have a number of security type of bots. And they are, there to make sure things go right. Now, your charge from Shirley was to keep Omarth here and secure, because they had word that there might be a problem soon. Then she had left you alone in the room with just the robots, the data guy, and Omarth himself. Omarth, who you had in your hands, gave away, and now once again have near your clutches. What would you like to do?
Like to take a 50-50.
The physical challenge?
I do remember that, and if this was part of your rundown again, I apologize, but Templeton and Quiplek rolled and realized that if they disrupt Omarth, that he will actually be hurt. So we can't even unplug him and move him for any reason.
Well, we can or can't, but if we do, it'll just actually...
True, as we said, we only really need his brain, right?
What's left of it.
Before we go, depending on circumstances, we might be able to just break into that room and take all the little data crystals.
To what end? Taking the data crystals to get the information that they've already mined from Omarth?
Well, that and they won't have it anymore.
Right. That's true, too.
Plus anything that we get out of it. Something that we have too.
Should try and
Though I do
out.
remember Shirley did say if we need to move him, we can call somebody and they can set it to be able to be moved.
A guy brings an extension cord. One thing we should find out is what they're doing with him. Are they extracting info? And
Yeah,
if
we
so,
knew that already.
What is that info, though?
Everything he knows at this point.
Weapons development.
Yeah, probably. So we should get it.
Crystals
Of
1 through
course.
35 are his childhood. 36 through 40 is his upbringing.
41 and just 41 is his love life. Didn't go well.
42 is the answer to everything.
Lots of extra
Yeah,
crystal
that
there.
one's-
Just
that one's
decided to
missing.
move on with it.
I like to think 42 is missing.
It's a shame that the guy who knows the most about Arcana is in the other room, because I'd love to see if there's potentially any weaknesses to these robots, because
I have a pretty good handling of Arcana.
okay,
I can try it.
yeah.
Worst it'll come is I'll fail it as usual.
I mean, I have a +2 in Arcana, so I could help, but I don't think I know enough to really.
I have a +5.
Oh,
Well, somebody could
I can
go
try.
in and relieve Abraxas. And
well,
continue.
his whole problem is he's supposed to be relieving himself.
Well, right, but let's make it holy for him. I mean, somebody could go in to use the bathroom too. And
Hey, whatever.
I forget what I named this guy.
Kevin.
Kevin, thank you.
Forgot what we named number 37 was for us.
Say that again.
What did
Did
we
we
call
come up
ours?
with a new one?
Did we
Are
come
we
up with new
using
names, or
extra
were we
aliases
still
right now?
ourselves?
No, I think we're still ourselves.
I think we're just ourselves right now.
Oh, okay.
Yourselves
been
or your
assigned to a
corporate
special-
selves?
Well, our
Corporate
corporate,
self.
Our
selves.
corporate selves.
But we haven't added. There isn't an extra layer of fake names now. Just the ones we've been using. We're just
I
on
don't even know
special
who I
assignment.
am.
We're still using the same cover identities.
Yeah.
I don't even know who I am anymore. My corporate self is my real self now.
I look in the mirror and I say, "Who am I?"
How did I get here?
It's not my beautiful house.
Thank you.
Yep, no
Um,
problem.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over, stick my head in the door, and say, "Hey, Vic, you done playing over there? I got a couple questions for you."
Oh, right. Yeah, I get. Kevin, I'll be right back. I'm sure you would love me for to be back sooner, but this might take a minute. So I'll be back in a second.
What do you wish for him to look at?
Did we need to distract him? Because I could go distract him.
Well, he does appear to be somewhat busy. But, it's up to you guys. Layers of security, layers of distraction. Up to you.
Yeah, that's why I was distracting him. I was distracting him
Yeah.
just in case,
Yeah.
like he could see through the bots or something.
Yeah, I just whispered to him, trying to figure out if there's any weaknesses to these robots, because we'll probably have to deal with them to get out of here.
Is there a way to know if these robots are independent, or if there's some sort of control to them? Like, say,
Hive mind.
yeah, are they R2 units? Where they kind of think for themselves, or are they, yeah, like a hive controlled group?
Well, you could certainly try to find out.
I'm glad you sent the picture because the face kind of looked like a burger in the small ones. And I couldn't help but think that they were like little, I don't know, like Mayor McCheese droids.
I want to thank you for saying that the exact moment that I took a sip of my tea. Really, truly, thank you for that.
Let me ask you this: depending on what the answer is, what do you wish to do?
Well,
I'm
go
just
ahead. Tim.
figuring out. I mean, I'm figuring out if we're gonna try and get this guy out of here, we're gonna need. I want to make sure that though the Daleks aren't gonna exterminate us.
Exterminate.
My thinking was if they're all sort of controlled by a panel, say Kevin's panel, then I'm assuming that would make it harder because then I would have to access that panel to control them. But if they're independently controlled, then I could potentially at least grab one or two and have them on our side.
Okay, well, you may figure out how to investigate this. They are going to be somewhat sus, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'll be my normal Abraxas self.
Maybe not that.
Tinker with something till it breaks. And figure out how to make it blow up.
This one's a little less intimidating looking.
Huh. Are you straight up friendly?
That one's almost cute. I think it's the mouth.
Makes it probably the more dangerous one.
Who knows?
They both have little dog arms going on there.
They do definitely have Doc Ock arms. Let's see, there's 5 total with these guys in here.
I see 3, 4. Oh, I see the 5th one. Never mind.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
5.
3 of the
Okay.
green ones, 2 of the Mayor McCheeses.
I don't know the happy face one. The happy ones, green ones, look like they've got Star Trek nacelles for arms.
Oh yeah.
They do.
Ew.
Sorry, I don't know if the audience can see these. Let me see if I can bring them up. Oh, well, that's definitely not going to be something useful.
Unless they just kind of see Mr. Handy from Fallout. But like somehow more retro?
It's weird.
This
It's
is
not
the Mr. Handy you would see in a soda shop.
Oh, that's not the useful part of the player chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I just not showing the
Come on,
picture.
look on that.
Was I not scrolled down far enough? No. Oh well.
All right. Well,
They're
anyway,
cool.
there's robots in the
Trust
room.
us, they're cool.
It's just weird. It almost looks like just hexadecimal links
Yeah.
for something.
Hi there.
Alright,
I'm
yeah.
L4B0-R, but you can call me Labor. How can I help you?
Hey, how's it going, Labor? What's your primary function on this here floor?
Oh,
Hey,
Wild robot appears.
player has joined.
my designation is to primarily make sure all the loose displays and technology does not overheat or does not stop functioning. My secondary function is to enforce security on this level.
Cool. Yeah, that's you know, Brax is like, that's not what I wanted to hear. Hey, do you mind if I just? I thought I could maybe, you know, I thought I saw there's something fizzling on part of your motivator. Do you mind if I just take a quick peek?
Give me a deception check with advantage, because
I
you
can't
know
see
robots.
Okay. Deception. Deception.
No,
So
I
it's a
would prefer
critical
that you
fail?
don't touch me.
You know, with I look at my hands are all like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, I did not have nearly enough coffee today, or whatever. Um. Okay, that's nice.
Hey,
You're very quiet.
Cannot hear you.
What the fuck?
I heard that.
And we're rated.
Sorry, I wind up cussing too on when I'm a player.
Sorry it's so
All right.
late. Just a lot of things that was not expecting to have happen. Anyway.
Keep working on your volume. I've got you cranked as high as I can on my end, but let's try to continue with the situation. Okay, so Braxis, your deception failed. He doesn't believe you that you're trying to help him or check a short on him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I get it. I don't think I've had enough coffee today yet, so maybe what I saw was wrong. Carry on.
Probably.
I go back to Templeton and I'm like, yeah. So I'm pretty sure they're independently controlled, but I kind of foobarred talking to that one a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what to do offhand. I think if I tried to manipulate one, I think it could potentially get messy. I could,
Yeah.
but that, messy is my speciality.
No. At this point, yeah.
But one thing I'm thinking is if, the Finns there wanted us to be here to keep an eye on Omar, what is she thinking is going to happen?
I don't know.
I mean, we ain't got a beat on anything, right?
No.
Somebody else. Quiplik, what would you like to be doing?
Yeah. Well, Quiplik's been having a thought that he would like to play out further in his brain. He's wondering, because we already examined Omarth and he's plugged in, and he's got like a lot of plugs and hoses and whatnot hooked up to him. And Quip's been trying to think through what would be the fastest way to disconnect the builder here, this Githyanki. And he's got the spell Enlarge Reduce. So I was wondering, can I roll some kind of check? Do I think if I were to reduce the builder in size, if it would disconnect him from these cords in a rapid fashion?
What are you trying to use, Arcana or Medicine?
Medicine, which I'm actually proficient in,
Go for it.
would be much preferred. That it was a 19 on the die for a 28.
You're positive that if you were to reduce Omarth, that would disconnect him, but perhaps fatally, because you're not 100% sure just how deeply these cords are into his head and stuff.
Okay. So it would definitely disconnect him, but it was potentially incredibly dangerous to do so. All right.
I mean, we could bring him back.
What's that, Corvax?
We could bring him back.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That
But
is an option.
ideally, we wouldn't kill him because you figure there's going to be a lot of moving parts by the time we're disconnecting him.
Yeah, just make him smaller and stick him in your pocket. Out we go.
Arnulf, what are you up to?
I had a thought. going to use my special eyes. I'm going to look at Omar. I want to make sure this is actually really, really, really for real Omar.
Okay.
Um, so using the magic awareness, I would see the presence of concentrated magic and all that. And should I roll something else for seeing through any possible disguise or whatever?
Yeah, why don't you give me a perception check with that?
Okay. Dirty 20.
So you're looking at Omarth, you looking anywhere else?
Like, this entire cell that he's in general, probably the things attached to him and all that, but mostly I'm like, so I'm thinking, if we got hired on this, like, today, and they're expecting somebody to attack, possibly today, that almost feels like this could be like an extra weird test. And that makes me wonder if this is even the real Walmart or not. Or if this is like some weird hologram test deck thing that we're on.
Looking at Omarth, you do not see any sort of magic such as illusion. This is not an illusion of Omarth. This is not, you're not being enchanted to think that this is Omarth. This is not a raised zombie version of Omarth. So there's no necromancy there. There's no illusion. There's no divination involved. I'm sorry, not divination. Enchantment involved. You do see divination, but these are more for certain wires that might be running into him. And what you would gather from what some of your friends have said, this may be a way of detecting thoughts, for instance, trying to extract thoughts magically, as well as whatever science, crazy science is involved here. With a 20. Okay, you also noticed that there may be some sort of shield that is going on around him personally, maybe to keep him from being tampered with, and there may be one on the door that you entered through. Okay. You also see on that one illusion, as if the door might be hidden from the other side, which would make sense because you guys didn't detect it right away either.
Okay. I'll do those findings.
You mentioned a deck full of holograms, like a hollow deck, if you will.
It would appear this is a solid deck.
It's not a deck of many things, that's for sure. All right,
Yeah,
Really
so
we're
just
gonna
a
get
deck
one
of
of
one or
those.
two things.
deck of stumping things, I guess. All right, other ideas. I'll remind you that Mother had tasked you with retrieving him at pretty much all costs. He says, "Don't worry about your identity if you can, your cover identity if you can get him."
So maybe like to investigate these windows some. See just how. Like, I know they're frosted over and all that, so you can't really see through them. But, like, if I tap on them a little bit, you get a sense of maybe if they're, like, damage resistant or anything like that.
Let's see. Let's call that an investigation check.
Not good at those. Let's go. 3. Told you.
The windows appear to be made out of some sort of glass. Probably.
They
Maybe
are
plastic.
artifact windows.
Yeah, you can't really tell too much. They seem kind of like every other window you've seen.
Didn't see any magic shielding on them.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Yes. No, you don't see any magic shielding on them. No, I tried to help you out with a secret history check, and that didn't work. So, yeah, they just appear to be, windows that are probably decently strong in order to stop things like birds smashing through them or sleet or stuff like that.
Sleeting birds.
What's that?
Me? Yeah, I said sleeting birds.
Sleeting birds and raining men.
Worst kind of weather.
Sleeting birds and cats? Raining men. It sure is.
I think I'm just going to wander around the room aimlessly and wait.
It is warm in here. There's a lot of heat being put out by the techno magic machinery. Those of you in fur and heavy armor may be feeling a bit uncomfortable. Those of you from swamp plants love it.
Leviathan, you there? You said you are here to keep things cool.
Yes, I'm here to make sure the machinery does not go over a certain temperature.
Oh, just the machines.
That is correct. Are you feeling
I give
warm?
you a bunch of paper or something. Could you like wave it at me or something?
Oh, a biological unit is feeling too warm. Allow me to see to adjusting that temperature control. This will cost the company many cents in power, but I've been told cost is no object in this room. So please enjoy your 10-degree drop in temperature now. You get a little chill at the temperature, like it cools off so quickly.
Abraxas is visibly annoyed.
I would imagine the heat isn't doing well with the subject here.
As you say that, one of the worker robots comes over, and you see like a little light, James Cameron light scanned up and down, and like little more delicate arms and grippers come out, and they see him pulling some of the cords out and replacing them with a couple of new ones, although he doesn't replace all of them. He then sort of floats away. Quippa, give me a perception check.
Sure thing. I can perceive things. Well, I hope I can perceive things, I should say. 13.
Since you were standing right there, and actually, quarterbacks, you can give me this too, because you are also a type of medical professional.
A type. 14.
Quiplick and quarterbacks, you sort of share a look as you watch the robot and then watch it back away. You think you may have noticed something about the way it was able to pull the cords that might be a clue that would allow you an honest shot at disconnecting some of the cords from Omarth when the time comes, whatever time that might be.
Okay.
So when you go to make that check, you have advantage. It'll be either an advantage either on a medicine or arcana check,
Right.
whichever you
It
choose to
is.
use.
I'm glad we were both standing there then.
Right.
Should up our odds of success.
Now we have to figure out a way to get rid of these robots.
I would also suggest to you that removing all of the cords, the intrusions into Omarth, would be a multi-round situation should it come to that.
Uh-huh.
And as Corvec said, it's something about the robots, getting rid of the robots.
Oh, we're just still trying to figure out what the most expeditious way to remove the robots might be. I believe is what he was saying.
Okay. How about Retzout? Any ideas, Retzout? You're still kind of hanging out by the door. You no longer have to shield Abraxas. You left the room. You left the glass room there with Kevin, the data analyst. You've been privy to everything I've been explaining. You saw the robot come over, change the lines in Omarth. You're standing next to one of the heavier units there, one that probably doesn't have a function outside of security. There's 2 such bots in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily have a plan outside of just kind of running interference while everybody else was taking whatever steps we could to determine what was going on exactly. At this time, yeah, I don't really have a I don't have a plan.
Give me an insight check. Retzout.
Okay. Not starting well there. 9.
Okay. You don't intuit anything. So, time is passing.
I will say we're kind of having a slight discussion in our chat that I'm actually going, if it's okay with you, I'm going to say that we're having using message going back and forth between us.
Okay.
If that makes okay.
I mean, you guys should feel free to talk about that stuff out loud. You
Yes.
know.
Yes. Well, I'm just saying so that we're not saying this. I'm giving a plausible reason, so we're not saying, "Hey, robot, we're thinking of running out the window."
Yeah.
Figure between the fact that Templeton has message and we all have our spell stones, which we can send messages on, I feel like it should be not that hard for us as characters to have a conversation that is not
Right.
actually out loud.
I'll say that. Remember, your stones are actually incapable of
Oh,
making
They
calls,
don't work.
this
Yeah.
place is.
but maybe
this place
Abraxas
is-
hotwired them at some point to create like a LAN. So you can, as long as you're in proximity, you can still send.
Interesting.
I had
Um,
forgotten about that dampening field.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did that. That would be handy, right? To basically
Yeah.
use them sort of like a textable walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't they like Nextel? Was that thing in Nextel used to do?
I
Oh,
think so.
And
Yeah.
the Apple Watch can actually kind of do that too.
So basically, I mean, if we really needed to, I could, dimension door him out the window, cast flight on the way down because it's apparently high enough that I won't die in the first round of falling. And we could theoretically get him out, but I don't want to have another team that I'm just saving one person, saving the target and then losing the team. I'd rather not go through this again. We have, me, Quip, Corvex, and Abraxas who can all fly to some degree or another. I don't think Corvex could really pull one of the other three who can't, Omarth, Arnolf, and Rat. But, like, if Quip and, well, I can take, maybe I do still take Omarth because I still have Dimension Door as a backup. And I've still got strength. Quip can hold because he's pretty sturdy, and maybe Arnolf holds on himself to like Abraxas or something. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get us out, but that would also require us to get out the window, which is on the opposite side of this room, and we've got, what, 6 play toys in here to deal with in the meantime. I'm just trying to throw some things out here, see what's sticking.
Yeah.
How much do we think this guy weighs? Builder. Yeah, they're pretty
They're tall, so
thin.
These 177 pounds. Give or take a couple ounces.
How do you know
Second.
that? I worked at the, we call them circuses back on my planet, and I would guess people's weights. We used to put one up just outside of the brewery.
Homie the Clown. Guess my West.
That's
Wait.
an amazing piece of backstory usage right there.
I'm actually quite good at estimating weights.
Well, that's beyond what I can carry.
Well, what can you carry? Because I can retcon that.
That actually is accurate for a gift. They're between 92 and 100 or 100 something pounds.
Yeah, 165 is where I top out.
I'm sorry. I meant one. He's 162 pounds.
Uh,
Well, like I said,
Yeah, between
I could
92 and
grab him,
186.
what
You just
about
have to-
Red Sow?
I definitely can't grab the other two.
I'm a bit more than that.
Red Sound is approximately 27,000 metric tons. He's in the realm of kilotons. It's quite impressive. He's very dense.
I think you have to recalibrate.
Oh,
wait,
think he's
there's-
made out of
in a
material
more serious
farmed from
answer, though, how
stars.
much does Retzout weigh? Because Quiplik actually is pretty strong. I mean, I don't know how much Retzout weighs, but
Approximately 249 pounds.
For a guy just guessing, pulling numbers out of his ass, the average is 298 pounds.
He's a lightweight. He's very thin.
I was gonna say, I want to say like
they
250.
use
sound
the lighter alloys for
Right.
him.
It says your warfighters typically weigh around 270 to 318 pounds.
I never said I was very good at the. Oh no, I did say I was quite good at it, didn't I? Well,
Yes, but we've also heard other things that you say, and they aren't right either, like names.
We're listening to what he says.
Perhaps all of those names he said are the correct ones, and we've all known all of our names to be wrong this entire time.
now there's a guy who's thinking. That guy.
Yes, the guy that gets hit in the head the most. All right. So why don't you consider some of your other assets, maybe things that aren't in this room? I mean, there could be a possibility of getting out of the room in order to get to those assets.
We have
I mean, we
a
could break
There's the one.
through
practice.
fake door, and then we could probably signal something, but then we'd have to wait for it to show up.
I was gonna say, what's a chance we bring the, if we can get message outside, get the nameless outside.
So we're back to blowing everything apart. I like this.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. The question is, can we, as exiting once we get out?
Maybe I don't know if I need a history check or something. By taking a look at and what I've learned about the giant robot that is downstairs, can it be crewed by one person?
Give me
For at
history
least
check.
just like movement's sake? Okay.
Give me a history check. See what you remember.
God. You know, I
Nothing.
suck. I'm just gonna throw this dice away.
See your computer go out the window.
Sorry guys, it's gonna take me a good 10 days to get a new one.
You can't remember. You know, you vaguely remember seeing multiple seats, crew compartment seats in there.
Yeah, I do.
There was a seat that was near some controls, but whether or not that was enough for one person to be able to move it's kind of unknown.
Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't know if like one dude had to control the feet, another dude controls the arms.
I mean, that would be weird, right? It's like, if each limb in the body were their own thing, came together to
I
form.
mean, that'd be one way to do it, but it seems kind of inefficient.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
I mean, sure, if each limb were to detach and become sort of its own vehicle of some sort, especially in like an animal-based vehicle, would be interesting.
I mean, that would be a very
Whole bunch of
interesting
cows.
functionality. But not vehicles, though. That'd be silly.
Not that
I mean, I would probably design it to be made out of like 15 to 20 extras, very small vehicles.
No, that's far too many vehicles. Why would anyone do that?
It's very convoluted.
No, seriously, why?
I like the vehicle Voltron. Anyway,
you too.
I never did. It didn't do it for me. Anywho. when it comes time to execute whatever plan we might cook up, Quiplik would just float the idea that in an effort to delay the rate at which an alarm might be raised, he could cast a banishment on Kevin so he wouldn't be around to hit like a silent, like a panic button or something.
Where does that send him?
To an extra
Jesus.
dimensional area.
Cool.
Unless he is not originally from this plane of existence, in which case it would send him to his original plane of existence. But I just sort of assume he's from here.
Not back to New Jersey.
Are you from around here?
Send him to Detroit.
No, not Detroit.
But if the banishment were to work, it would last a minute.
I've also got fog cloud that I could do to start things.
We need to short circuit all these robots.
The question is then, are we waiting for something to happen? Or are we ripping through these bots and getting this
Or
guy
are
out of
we the something?
Or are
that
we the
happens?
right?
Yeah.
Are we the catalyst?
Quiplik,
Yes.
give me either an Arcana roll or an Insight check.
Insight, please, and thank you. That is a 14.
As you kind of communicate the idea of using banishment to get rid of Kevin, your eyes fall back on Omarth. And you sort of wonder, could you cast banishment on Omarth, which would disconnect him from the wires? You're not 100% sure it would, but it might.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because banishment only targets the person. And it wouldn't. Alright. So, Quiplik has a follow up thought, and it's like, well, lads, I'm not completely certain this would work. But on the subject of banishment, what if I were to banish the builder to disconnect him from the wires, and then bring him back and we grab him and go?
You got a way to unbanish, or do they just come back?
It's like any other spell one maintains. It goes for the maximum length or until I dismiss it.
But does that mean he goes back to his original location?
He
or-
will reappear in the location that he vanished from. It's just trying to think of the quickest way to disconnect him from the wires.
Ah, I got
Because I just have a feeling that once this thing starts, it's going to turn into a whole hullabaloo.
You got a funny way of pronouncing shit, Joe.
And as much as and as much as in general, I don't mind getting into a bit of a scrap, a fight. Heck, even a Donnybrook. I don't know if now is quite the right time for that sort of thing.
I got hung up on some of your words, but I think I got the general meaning.
Sorry, once I used one weird piece of vernacular, I was like, I wonder if I could fit a couple more in real quick.
Remind me again why you're not playing the bard right about now.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I don't typically play bards, or at least not in ongoing campaigns. Maybe that's something I should examine in the future.
Yeah, like if you need to roll up a new character soon.
For instance.
Oh. Well, I've never heard of anyone named Donnie Brook, but I think we might be able to get into a fight soon with McCheese and
Yes.
the vacuums.
A Donnybrook is a fight with multiple combatants. Like a bar brawl would be a Donnybrook.
Oh,
I'm sure
alright.
you've been in a bar brawl.
I think Arnoff has been.
Sure, but most people
I've-
call them bar brawls.
Alright, well, back on Tortuga. Sorry, don't let it derail this too much.
I usually just sit at the bar and let it happen around me.
You would.
Well, we need to establish an egress, and then we can deal with the builder.
There's no little baby birds here, but we should probably figure out a way to get out.
I
Somebody
rather
get him a
thought,
drink.
awkward as it may be, through the window was the idea that we'd come up with.
Seemed like the fastest way to get outside.
Window it is.
Can I take a look at the window? Do an investigation to see what it would take to
You can't do worse than Arnold did. So, well, I mean, actually, you could, but
Be
Well,
my
give it a
guest.
shot.
you
I have
could, but
determined
you'd
this
be
window to
hard
be made of
pressed.
window.
I've been
The
rolling
window
very
is
poorly.
made of window.
I
Alright,
mean, have you seen him
Snozzberries
roll?
do taste like snozzberries.
Investigation was that, Chris?
yes.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Finally. If
That's
it's- I roll a nat 20 by looking at a window. That's amazing.
All right.
You've just been under a lot of stress.
You understand this window's fucking chemical composition right now.
Yes, this window, first and foremost, would be what you would see on a skyscraper. Something that's a bit stronger than your typical household window. You don't see any sort of device around it with your investigation suggesting that it has additional shielding on it. But it is a very sturdy impact resistant window. It would take some. It would take some doing to get through.
Doing some quick physics and math in my head, do I think Arnoff might be able to throw a Kevin through a window?
Be one hell of a bounce.
Well,
What did it take? Or because we already had the windows blown in once on the lower floors. I'm just curious.
We're on the 10 millionth floor, right?
yeah, this is
Yeah.
a little bit more hearty. Arr.
It's like
Could it
4
withstand?
freedom towers on top of each other.
Could it withstand a flame strike?
I'm trying to find some suitable analogs to this. If you were to match this glass up, you would say that it is at least 2 steps more than a regular set of regular window glass. This is probably like AC 17, almost on the level of stone. And it would have a certain amount of damage resistance, which, though, Arnolf, isn't your sword? Am I thinking the right campaign?
Sort of sharpness, which when you attack an object, it maximizes the weapon dice, allowing it to just automatically do, in my case, it'd be 14 damage. But 16 if I two-handed, which I probably would for that.
You probably could get through that if you hit it a couple of swings. I mean, they're not designed for like superheroes, which is essentially what you guys are at this point.
I'm thinking maybe you can get started with that sort of sharpness of yours, and maybe just make the hole bigger by chucking a Kevin through it.
What did Kevin ever do to you?
Nothing.
He's in the way.
I just know that he's gonna alert the rest of everybody's.
Yeah, no witnesses.
I
Couldn't have been a
really love
witness.
that one idea was floated was just get Kevin out of the way, and then one of the very next ideas is, what if we just murder him? What if
Well,
Kevin
I
is
mean,
dead?
My intention is not to mortalize him. It's to throw him through the window. The pavement will kill him.
don't worry, we'll pick him up.
This sounds suspiciously similar to my dwarf's reasoning in the other campaign. Was it us that killed him with gravity?
I'm just saying.
See, it's technically correct. The best
It's
kind.
kind of correct.
I mean, he may have the ability to fly. I don't know. It'd be a good way to test it.
Short-lived ability to fly.
Would not
if
assume
it
I would
does-
hit him against the window hard enough to kill him.
Might have
Throw
the
a robot
ability to
first.
fly in one direction,
Downward.
straight down.
Do these robots actually touch the ground, or do they hover off the ground?
I think I described the worker bots as sort of hovering.
That's what I thought.
What does it look like to you guys? I didn't really think that far ahead.
I'm
Kind of.
not sure if you described it that way or if I just pictured it that way, but I
Just
have
looking
been
at the-
picturing it that way,
Yeah, looking at
That
the two
there's a
pictures,
little
they
bit of
look
a-
like they.
above the ground.
I figured they were.
Sure,
pretty
let's go with
robust.
that.
It's how I've been visualizing it, at least.
Like, what if we strap two of them McCheeses to each of Retzout's feet, and then chuck Retzout out the window?
I'm not sure anybody involved like that. And that's coming from me.
I mean,
Everyone hated
no
that.
offense.
Again, I'm fit as a fiddle. I'm pretty sure I can lift threats out.
You chuck the robots out the window, it'll make the hole bigger. Then we wouldn't have to fight them. And then
Or
Kevin
we're
would
about
be
to have a
better.
mid-air combat.
That's always fun for DMs, right?
I don't know. I can fly.
Multiple altitudes. Nope, everyone's at the one.
Yeah.
Oh, disconnected. Hold on. Reconnect the.
The game didn't like
Stream's
that
going
plan.
okay.
Oh,
There we go. All right, good. Fouchate.
I do like the idea of you sending Omarth elsewhere to disconnect them, a little more safe than just shrinking them or
Yoink.
yanking cords. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I feel
think that
like
would-
the shrinking him just wouldn't be a rapid enough disconnection that would have the potential to really rip him up.
Yeah, but per Mother's suggestion or urgency, I think we should do it and get out.
Want me to throw out fog first?
Yeah. I mean, is that like does that fill an area?
Yes.
Yeah, fog cloud fills.
And it
an
does
area.
go around corners and stuff. It
Yep.
makes sure to fill everything it can.
20-foot radius.
I would say definitely make sure it's,
Yeah,
so
if
that
you can
if Kevin needs to get
secure it
out.
from Kevin, and then maybe a couple of guys could just run some body blocking to at least attempt to block the robot's view. I cast banishment quick, and then I don't know if she'll start
I
breaking
will-
some window.
Well, 20-foot radius is pretty freaking huge, so
How? Well, 20-foot radius. That is pretty fucking big.
Yeah, radius, not diameter. Wow.
Yeah, it's that big.
banishment definitely states
Yeah.
one creature that you can see, so it's entirely possible I might need to cast the banishment first, and you're gonna have to cast the fog cloud like right afterwards.
yeah. Unless
And at the same time as all that, I may try and re-circuit one of these droids to protect us on the way out.
The door opens and Shirley enters.
Oh, joy.
She is carrying a tray with drinks and sandwiches. She notices you guys tapping away on your spells dungeon. She says, "How are you using those? This room is shielded."
I've got a little game on here. It's called Snake. It's very advanced.
I was
Very
actually
addictive.
just taking some notes using the notes feature. It's really just localized to the stone.
I don't know what this thing is. It just appeared in my pocket.
I love that answer.
Now that
don't
I
know what
believe.
this is or what it does. I just like poking it.
It's very bright and shiny, and I like it.
Every once in a while, you look at our quarterbacks, instead of using his finger, he's like pecking at it.
Amazing.
He's
Oh,
Those make
sorry,
fun
I thought you
sounds.
was a piece of corn.
thankfully we're in here because he's dialed 911 about 22 times already.
I just like the way it sounds. Makes a nice beeping noise as I peck at it.
So she goes, "Well, help yourself to sandwiches and water." Comes around to each of you.
You got coffee on that tray there?
Oh,
Tut?
I can get coffee for you. In fact, it's one of my most important jobs some days.
Oh, I sorry. I didn't mean to. No offense. I didn't want you to feel treated like that. That's all right. Water's just handy. Thanks.
And how is our special guest? Still fighting. I'll give him that.
Does he ever get a rest?
Oh, no. I don't think
Really?
resting is in his near future.
Probably get better results if he was a little more relaxed.
On the contrary, I think if we can use up his resistances, we can get to what we want more quickly.
Alright.
Is there anything I can get for you? I am happy to get you the coffee, sir.
No. That I'll be just fine. Thank you very much. These water and finger sandwiches are perfect.
I cut off the crust myself.
Whose fingers are they?
All right, so she was actually here. Just as Shirley seems to be wrapping up things and making for the door, the two security robots alert. There's a rumbling
Two by
coming
the
from the
door?
other side of the door.
Okay.
Arnold, was that your gut?
These sandwiches are mighty small.
Um.
The door opens and the bots turn, sensing an intrusion. Suddenly a force sends them flying. And ducking through the doorway, you see a large bipedal mech
Freaking ED209?
stepping into the room.
Edward.
he's fancy. He goes by his full
Oh,
name.
what the hell?
Right?
We brought the dog.
From behind him, you see a Leonin. And flying into the room overhead is an Aarakocra.
Ah, this effing guy.
Templeton, we warned you not to get in our way. Comes the voice modulated through the Ed robot. Surrender now. No one gets hurt.
Oh, you're surrendering. We accept.
No, you surrender now.
I don't think that's gonna happen there, Snappy.
Good.
Yep.
You have 10 seconds to comply.
That's 5 less than
See?
the last guy you told.
This makes even less sense, considering you're the one who shoved him here in the first place.
What are you talking about?
You took him from us. Now he's here.
How about that? Maybe it was
Maybe you don't even know what you're doing anymore. This is less logical than him. I say, pointing at Abraxas.
Hey, I was just thinking, you know how like those robots are sometimes made of lions? It's like the left arm lion doesn't know what the right leg lion is doing.
Shirley's making a run for the door.
Cheese it.
Why do they gotta be lions though? Couldn't they be, I don't know, some other four-legged
You
creature?
ain't telling the truth.
Ha.
The Leonin intercepts her and grabs her. Unhand me. And he does. Give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely looking for little earrings.
For what?
22.
I'm just thinking back to Leonin with earrings following orders.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
going back
Ah.
a ways. Yeah.
That's a 25.
25.
Up an 18.
18. 17.
22.
17.
I got an 11.
They can't all be winners.
No, they really haven't been.
Abraxas is still staying there with like half a sandwich in his mouth.
He's thinking about giant mechanical robots in the windows.
Man, he's right. What I meant to say was the left 4x4 Bronco type arm isn't going to communicate with the dump truck right leg ankle.
The rest of you notice that there's a slight dazed look suddenly in the Leonin's eyes, and she stops in the doorway.
She casts something. Or has some ability.
Ah, Templeton, handsome and smart. You always have been that way, haven't you? It doesn't make a lot of sense for them to trap you here. It's almost as if it wasn't their plan at all.
Who's that?
That was Shirley. And she waves her hand, and in the air, her name appears. And then slowly it starts to rearrange.
We're doing an anagram reveal?
Did she call you by your real name? I mean, by your fake name? I mean, by one of your other names? I don't even know your real name anymore.
Okay, this is hurting my eyes. Scroll up.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
The first part is fiend. Not thrilling.
Did I spell it wrong?
And then
Fiend F.
list. Fuck
Hey.
Earlist. I hate that bitch.
And she reveals her true form.
Erlis?
From when we were down in Avernus. Do you not
Oh,
remember
That's the
Earlist?
devil. Yeah.
I really
I
have
bear-
a strong dislike for this character. So does Quiplik. Sorry, that was just me personally expressing my displeasure about it. Quiplik will also have some choice words.
I think you'll find that I've manipulated a great number of things during your time here with Yellow Nutani. That is, if you somehow survive this, you're all big, strong fellas. I'm sure you'll work this out on your own. Good luck. She steps out and the door seals behind her.
You should have asked for the coffee.
And on that note, let's take a little break.
Oh.
Erlis. Oh.
All right, we'll be right back.
Not
And we
wrong.
are back. Oh, so here we are.
So we kind of figured rolling initiative was in our future.
You got Master Tao. You got Barca in the mech. Bird Reynolds is flying around. No sign of Azzy, at least.
Oh, I can't call them to it, can I?
So, to reiterate, you've been ordered to surrender, to stand down and surrender. Otherwise, there will be violence.
Not so fast. Did she split, didn't she?
Yeah, she left and she closed the doors. She somehow sealed the doors behind her.
I like to think she did that SpongeBob gif with the rainbow, and that's how she spelled out her name.
That's
I-
already
that's
how I was
canon.
picturing it. Yeah, that's got to be it.
By the way, while we have a moment, thank you to Frag Maps. I am a patron, so I'm seeing what your great maps. There's a lot of science fiction cyberpunk stuff.
Nice. So I'm going to immediately
Sneeze.
thanks. I'm going to immediately like take just half a step here and kind of gesture out with my hand, but at the same time like open, but at the same time like to the two next to me, like, you know, back. And I want to try to well, I actually do want to be persuasive because I want to try talking to Barca about listen, it appears that at least Master Tao there is under the influence of a fiend. Erlis, one we have dealt with in the past. Through quite a bit of stuff. That has nothing to do with what you and I were talking about before. That has nothing to do with...
Give me a perception check,
Okay.
everyone.
19 on the die plus 9, right? Yes.
Tao's no longer
28.
under the influence. It looked like it was a momentary sort of charm
Okay.
that just allowed her to get out of his hands.
Okay.
Momentary lapse of reason.
I sympathize with the unwise.
Nice.
But where does that put you here? You're now going against what you just did. I'm trying to understand what you are trying to accomplish here because it doesn't seem to be making any sense whatsoever.
We're stopping you from taking the Gith.
But we're not taking the Gith. We're guarding the Gith.
Deception.
Yeah.
He's telling the truth so far. We are guarding
I
him.
mean,
actively.
yeah, we're guarding him till we take him.
See, now this is the moment that if Calvin's new Monday night character was here, he would go, "Yeah, but we were just about to take the gift."
Yes. That's why. Yeah. Is he the good guy or the bad guy?
I'm gonna tell you to make this deception check with disadvantage because he knows you very well.
Oh crap!
Ooh.
So that one was 22, and and a 20.
That makes no sense. Why are you guarding him? We took him from you.
Well,
You
at this
want him. No, I'm not buying it.
listen, we don't have anything right now. We were just getting this as a job.
Yeah, it looks like the powers that be are playing you. Playing us all. I don't like being played.
While they're talking, can I just walk? Is that okay?
You may attempt to.
I mean, oh, okay. Just take here.
Where's the tiefling going?
You had to pee.
You're pointing a giant robot at him. He's squishy.
Yeah, that thing looks kind of angry, and I'm not real keen on it. I mean, it looks like a razor with guns, and I'm mostly afraid of the razor part.
You guys kind of glance over at Kevin, and he actually stopped for a moment to look at the robot, and then he's like, he seems to be gathering up the crystals and like shoving them into a big bag. Now wait a minute. You are not gonna fool me. I know you too well, Templeton. And you, he says, pointing at quarterbacks. I don't know you at all, so I don't. No,
It's hard to fool a fool.
Do you pity him though?
Did you just call Master Tao a fool?
I don't know it. It's my purse.
fuck it. What are we wasting time for? Talking to these fools.
By the way,
I don't know you.
This is. I'm sure this is going to involve rolling dice, but I want to cast Synaptic Static as a surprise move.
You don't have surprise. They have the robot that has its
Okay.
guns on you.
So yes, so then initiative because
All right, roll for initiative. Wow, I rolled
and
like-
balls.
it's all right. I rolled like the complete ass.
21. With Arnold.
Also 21, but the slower 21. So your 21 is first.
Roll a what?
Whiplick is there.
And I am also here. I'm not fucking cat-battling it though. It's just initiative.
Well,
Yeah, but
does
that
suck,
was
though.
you fucking rolled snake eyes, dude.
Yeah, no, I did.
infected. Bullshit.
Arnolf, you win initiative, followed by Corbex, Templeton, Abraxas, the Edbot, Master Tau, Bird Reynolds,
People outside.
and finally Quiplick.
Some guy next door.
Bird Reynolds actually rolled a 1 as well, but his dex must be higher.
Yeah, Quip doesn't have a dex modifier. His dex is 10. Oh, wait, no, I misspoke. His dex is 11.
Oh, I forgot to put the bots on here.
0+.
It's possible that I might increase that at some point in the future, now that my wisdom is maxed out. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so it's Red Sow. Oh, Red Sow, the 27. All
Holy
right,
crap.
Red Sow's first.
It's that
Red
plus
Sox
9.
goes yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just. if I
Red
had
Sox
actually
already
paid
done combat.
attention-
I'll be
Let
right
us know
back.
how it goes,
I
Red.
just need to step away for a very brief moment.
Okay.
That's how it goes.
What do you want to do, Red Sow? It looks like negotiations have
Flee,
broken down.
badass.
I resemble that.
What are we doing, Rat?
All right. I'm gonna take the security bot in front of me and throw him at 209 there.
It's a big bot. It's a man-sized
Is it
bot.
that big? Okay.
I don't think you'd be able to throw it that far. No,
All right. No, I wasn't sure how big these things were.
they're not
Maybe
dead.
change
Oh, shit.
About 312 pounds each.
Ah,
Okay.
second.
Quiet, Carnival Boy.
Sorry, I unplugged my headset there.
Oh.
Yeah, they're big. They're not deactivated either. They're getting up.
All right. Well, since he's right in front of me, and I have some cover against some of the others, well, kind of, sort of. I'm gonna take a shot at the bot.
Okay.
For 21.
21 hits.
For 12 points.
12 points. As I said, the shot hits, but it doesn't seem like it does as much damage as you were hoping it might.
Swapping weapons.
Wait, is your weapon? That was your revolver or your bolt carrier?
That was my revolver.
Is that magicked?
It is now. If
You know
remember
what?
the bullet.
Yes, because
Oh, okay.
yeah, a long time ago.
I
Yeah.
am using one of my
Infusions.
whatchamacallits, infusions to give him the magic bullets.
Oh, never mind then. Then it did full damage.
Okay.
Second attack,
19. 19.
19 hits.
For 12 points.
Like you blew some holes in it around its plating. You're a good shot. It doesn't seem dramatically affected. I mean, you did full damage, but it's not.
Final shot. Womp womp. 15.
That's a miss. That one bounces off some of the armor. You want to move it all?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Arnoff.
Step 1, as always. Search my feelings, get big mad. Roll a d8 to see how I'm feeling. 1. I think that one is. Where are you? The only thing about this particular ability is it's really annoying to try and find where the list of results is on. There it is. Shadowy tendrils lash out around you. Each creature of your choice you can see within 30 feet makes a Constitution save or takes 1d12 necrotic, and I gain 1d12 temporary hit points. 30 foot, all enemies of my choice. And that is going to be a DC 17. They take 1d12 necrotic, which will be. Ooh. And then I will get 1d12 temporary hit points. I turn it on and do a thing. Now I'm going to run all the way around to the window and attack it. So we can get that part of the thing set up and going. I'm not going to do this recklessly, because it's just a window. To hit. But, you know, full damage or whatever.
Doesn't his sword
Alright,
have
swing
that
2.
thing where it attacks at full damage?
Alright, my turn's done.
Yeah, I thought your Sword of Sharpness did that automatic thing against objects, no? I don't remember. I thought there was
When
something.
you attack an object with this magic sword and hit, maximize weapon damage against
okay.
the
Oh, and
target.
hit.
Right, when it hit. I missed. I don't know.
Well,
I
it's
like
just
to
having
think
a
that it's
wiggle.
pretty easy to hit a window.
Right? It's not moving.
Yeah, but I get it. I know. We're in the middle of doing stuff, so it's under pressure.
Well, now it's time to shine. Let's see, right here. I'm casting Flame Strike. I'm casting Flame Strike, which hits a 10-foot radius. So they have to. So the robot takes 19, and the other guy takes half that. What was that? 9? That is fire damage for the one guy, and radiant damage on a failed. Oh no, on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful raid. So, that's weird.
It's classic monk BS. It's called evasion.
Yeah.
He's just a high enough level monk.
Not really, because we want to get this guy out of here. Of course, I also need to get out of here. Yeah, I'll move to there if I can.
Could I cast
whoops.
heat metal on Ed?
I'm going to say yes, you can. It won't hurt Ed, but it will hurt Barca.
Yeah, what the heck? 'Cause it also, since unless he gets out of it, he has disadvantage on attack and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
All right, so I forget how this works. Heat metal.
I'm doing it at 3rd level, so that's 3d8 damage, and he must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if he can. If he doesn't drop the object, he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Unless he's ejecting, I mean that just makes sense to me.
But he takes the
You know what I
damage.
mean?
He takes the damage regardless, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no saving throw on missing the initial damage. All right. Give me your damage roll.
Yeah, the con saving rolls just to see if he gets disadvantage in the future.
13 damage. And then a con saving throw.
He does eject.
Ah.
Ed, take automatic protocols. You other bots. This is Alpha Squad. Override. Fucking action.
That's
Anything else, Templeton? He's singed, by the way. Barker definitely got singed from that.
Let's see. So just double check. Bonus actions. Arnulf, you got this. I'm giving you Bardic Inspiration as my bonus action. And I'm going to crouch down.
Taking cover, okay?
Yep.
Abraxas.
Well, that threw a wrench into what I was doing. Or what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk to one of those droids.
I mean, you still can.
Yeah,
Although,
I still
don't listen to Alpha Squad. Be your own person.
Be your own bot.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to try to do. So, I move up here next to the other guy. And that is, in fact, exactly what I do. I aggressively slice into him, hack, whatever, and try and tell him that his new target is this, and to protect us from it until I give him a new command.
Okay. So, is this... How are we doing this? Is this like a spell effect? Or do I have to save against? Or...
I have no idea, other than whenever we've done it before, it's been an Arcana check. And I think you've given them some sort of defense if it's... like, I think you've kind of made up a savings throw for it.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You've got to try to make the hack, and then that was their program would give them a saving throw against your DC.
Right. So I don't know what the DC might be. I mean, I've got a proficiency of +4.
Well,
This is
what's
something
your spell DC?
17.
Yeah,
So that's
that's what it is.
okay. All right, let's give that a shot. Otherwise, it's going to punch me in the gonads. Oh, 27.
All right, you definitely hack in. It definitely fails its saving throw.
Nice. So yeah, the orders are to attack this until either it is cease functioning or the unit itself, the one I'm talking to, ceases functioning.
Okay, it starts to move in whir as it gets ready to take its turn to do that. But its turn is not now. So is there anything else? That was an action.
That was a move and an action, so I never have any cool bonus actions. So I need to find some bonus action spells to add.
Okay. Oh. Kind of pushes its way through. It doesn't seem to be slowed terribly by the difficult terrain.
Oh no, all up in Red Sound's face.
It lifts one of its arms and tries to smash him with 28 to hit. For 7 bludgeoning. It then points its shotgun at you. Also 28 to hit.
Yep.
For 7. It's calling that bludgeoning damage. It should be piercing damage. So you took a total of 14 damage that round, Red South.
It's shooting beanbags.
Master Tao charges his fellow Leonin, guessing at perhaps your plan to break the window. 23 to hit.
Yep.
And 13 bludgeoning. And he'll do that again.
As a reaction to the first hit. Unstable backlash. Immediately after you take damage or fail a saving throw while raging, I can use my reaction to roll on the wild magic table and immediately produce the effect rolled. This will replace the current wild magic effect.
Okay.
He's changed my feelings to a 6. Which in this case is... I'm now surrounded by multicolored protective lights. I gain +1 AC, as well as any allies within 10 feet.
All right. This time he slashes at you with his claws. I just lost. Oh, that was the wrong die. And misses. I believe that's all he can do. I did a custom sheet for him for these guys, and it's a little tricky way it got incorporated. Yep, I'm going to say that's all I can do. The worker bot, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. That's its movement. It's going to charge forward, though. Another, 30 feet. So it comes like a missile at the Edbot. Bird Reynolds flying up in the air. In fact, I should indicate that. It's 10 feet up. He's also going to shoot Arnoff and miss. 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. 6 damage I rolled minimum. that's all he can do. He's going to back over the monitors here to get a little more distance. Quiplik.
Yeah, Quiplik is going to attempt to cast Banishment on the builder.
Okay.
Banishment is a Charisma saving throw, DC 17.
He fails.
All right, then he is sent to a harmless demiplane and is incapacitated there.
Foomp. What the shit?
This spell will last up to a minute and is concentration.
Okay.
Having done that, would it be possible for Quip using his movement instead of actually moving anywhere? Can I pull my shield out of my portable hole? Okay, because I would like to do that. Because he's not just walking around with his adventuring gear, but now that it's going down, he wants to have his shield out.
Yep, that's fine by me.
Okay, then that is what I do this turn.
Cool.
That's 2 points on the AC. I would much rather have it than not.
That was one of the things that we had talked about before coming up to this floor was the ability to actually bring up like our gear.
Yeah.
Because we've been hiding it this whole time.
Right, exactly.
This is tricky running these guys. Oh, I see what happened.
Each of us have one pawn. You have an army to command.
Yeah. And depending on the creature's abilities, I've definitely looked at a stat block before and just been, man, what is all this crap? Like, how am I supposed to pick?
Yeah.
Like, I personally don't really like running higher level spellcasters as enemies because they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Unless you've really taken prep time ahead of time and like highlighted, like, okay, these are the go-tos. He's going to use this. They're going to use that. Monsters with like signature attacks and special abilities, we love that. Spellcasters and having to stare down a list of like, I got 10 different spells to pick from? Hell with that. This guy's gonna last 3 rounds maybe.
It's not.
Magic.
It's not wrong.
disciplines.
Where the hell is this stuff? Sorry. I thought this was going to make things faster, but it really isn't. There it is. Okay. He's going to take 2 swings at Brett's out. 19. You're muted.
Sorry, 19 does not.
23.
Does.
He's going to hit you, slash you for 10 damage. And top of the round, that's out.
All right. Let's see here.
surrounded by evil.
Uh-huh. Low on gas.
Well, actually, I'm going to have him move away. No, he's out of movement. He can't do that. Never mind.
Oh, you need a chainsaw built into your arm.
Right?
We should definitely work on that.
Oh. If we make it out of this, I know what Praxis is doing.
You guys never made it to cybernetics.
Alright. I'm gonna take a shot at the bot.
Okay.
The big one. Oof, 12.
That's a miss.
23.
That's a hit.
14.
With your magic gun, right?
Correct.
It kind of and like, you know, regains its footing. It's taking quite a bit of damage after just a round in this thing, so yeah.
Alright. Last shot, send it. Let me reconnect to connected. Yeah, internet 20.
Nice.
Left. Oh.
So that's max damage plus a roll.
1. Oh, almost max damage on that too.
Well, is that that's rolling for you, right? So it's just one of those. Because the damage.
No,
Wait, no. What's the revolver's damage?
is a 2d8 plus 5.
Oh, okay. So no, that's right.
So that's 16, 21, and 17, 31.
Yeah. Your second shot, you blew a hole in it, and the third shot, like you actually, your eye kind of like latches in, and you see like, actual mechanisms within it. It starts to sort of lose a little bit of its balance as it sort of struggles for control. It's looking, well, I mean, it's a machine, so it doesn't really have an emotion, but it looks like it's taking some damage to the point where it might be beginning to malfunction.
So it's 38 points, not 31.
Oh,
It's,
16 inches long. That's it, right?
yes.
No action surge, nothing.
You know what? Yeah. I'll take one more, additional action. I don't know why the thing keeps saying loading screen here. All I can see is my own token. But,
That's
Alright,
unusual.
I'm not. Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna reset it after this last one here. Ugh. 0 to 0. 11. There we go. Yeah, it's a bizarre hiccup. It usually doesn't cause me any issues, but this time.
So wait, help me out with this, guys. With action surge for a fighter, Does that mean he gets all of his
I
attacks
was-
again?
I was also wondering that.
I thought it was
I'm
just
actually
an
looking
additional.
This
up
definitely
right
sounds like
now.
something that's worth googling because as a fighter he gets to attack twice on when he takes the attack action. But does that apply to action surge? Let's find out.
It's so far what I'm saying is that yes, you get all your extra actions. Is you get your extra attacks whenever you make the attack action.
Yeah, so I think
Okay,
you get.
so he
you make-
should still have one more shot then.
I get just one more attack,
Is that what it says?
right?
No, because
Is that
you're getting another action, another full action to do. So you did your
So
first
I
action, which
basic-
is what, 3 attacks?
yes? I guess so. I guess the way I'm thinking
Yeah.
of
You can make.
attack and action being synonymous with each other and not necessarily.
No, they're
being
not.
That my 3 attacks
Oh, you-
are my action.
Yes. So now you get
Yes.
get- make all
So
your
I get
attacks
2
with your
more
weapon that you
shots.
normally can in one action.
Right. So.
Right.
like
So I
it's-
get 2 more. I get 2 more rolls
Yes.
because
Yes.
my action is 3 attacks.
yeah,
Yes.
On your turn, you can take one additional action.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
if your
makes the action
action-
surge so badass.
Right. It's multiple attacks. Then you can take. multiple
I am
attacks.
going to rule though, since you're using a 6-shooter, you already used a couple of shots. I'm just gonna say you can only take 2 more instead of 3. I know you got reloading
Okay.
bullshit, but
Yeah, I was about to say I've got like the speed load or whatever.
see,
That sounds fair to me because if you're shooting them all off at once,
you took some shots the first round. You took your shots the second half or the first half of this round. I'm going to say you're able to do the speed load, but it's going to cost you a third of your attacks. So you can take 2 more.
Okay. Although I just quickly looking at see exactly what it is, or whatever. I'll figure it out the next time around. All right.
If I'm wrong, we can wreck on it. We'll move forward with it.
15.
It's a miss.
Okay. And last. Ah. Although I'm going to.
Don't forget your.
Yeah. Indomitable.
Oh, I was thinking. Don't forget your capo.
That's true. Oh wait, no, sorry. Indomitable, it's a saving throw. That has nothing to do with the. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to cap mail that
Okay.
last one. Dirty 20.
That's it.
For 14.
Poof. Not quite enough, but this robot's looking rough. It's really kind of stumbling as it's trying to bring its weapons to bear on you. Arnolf.
I'm going to try and attack this dastardly window once again.
Okay.
Come on, guys. I get plus 10 to this shit. 17?
That's it.
Two-handing it right now, so that's going to be 16 damage total. Did you roll? Ignore that one.
Okay.
I don't know. 19, because I'm raging.
So you do 19 damage.
Yes.
Oops, crap! I just closed the.
Because I get a plus 3 damage while raging.
This isn't quite the right sound effect.
Yeah, Mardoff really hit it hard, huh?
Wow. Glass is made out of those like glass bricks that 80s houses sometimes had, like the Frank's house.
I'm trying to score some of those actually. Redo my bathroom. Yeah, you blast a hole in the wind starts to just starts to whip around. There's not a lot of dust in here because it's kind of a clean room, but like you're feeling moisture. The air is cold. You are in like you catch a glimpse outside the window. You look down just a little bit, and it seems like the next tallest skyscraper is way down there.
All you see is clouds.
So that was your first attack.
Now, having opened the window, it's time for fun. Going to eye Master Tao as I kind of move around this side away from the window. And I'm going to release my two-handed grip and swing at him with one hand. I'm going to do so recklessly because now it's time for fun.
Okay. I'm sure glad this isn't BG3 where you could just shove them out the window.
Well,
I
mean,
was just
could.
going to suggest we now have an exit. for
26? That hits.
Bad guys.
Let's see if you can fly.
One-handed. 12 damage.
You kind of slice through the shoulder and arm a little bit. He growls.
And then bonus action, I'm going to punch him with the 19 claws. Thankfully, they use the same stats as the longsword for the attack roll, so I'll just roll that. 29 to hit.
Yep.
It's going to be 3d4 piercing. 2, 2, 2. Okay, so
For 8 damage, is it?
13.
Oh, 13.
13 damage. Because it's 8, it's a +2 weapon for 10, then you add 3 damage for rage.
You rake your claws right down his chest, leaving crimson blood lines from the claws right on him.
And my turn just staring him down.
He growls again at you. Corvex.
Has Barca taken damage when he got ejected from the?
Yes, he took heat or fire damage technically from the heat metal.
Excellent. I'm gonna hit him with Toll of the Dead. He's do a wisdom save 16.
Hell yeah.
I know he doesn't. Yeah, that's a save. He had 16. So nothing or half.
I don't know. Does it do half? Does it...
It's a cantrip. I think it might be nothing.
All or
I think
nothing.
it's.
I mean, check the wording of the spell, but cantrips are usually all or nothing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It does. It does more damage if he already took damage, but it doesn't say it does anything if he saves.
Yeah, I think it's an all or nothing scenario.
Well, all right then. I'm gonna use bonus action and hit him with spiritual weapon.
Okay, I need to make a spiritual weapon now. Phoom. That's a hit.
Let's go.
I mean, it doesn't do much. It does 6.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Tell you what, though, it's damage, it's a bonus action, and you don't have to concentrate on that spell.
That's right.
Spiritual weapon rules.
So anything
This is
else?
a skip. Next time I want to hit him with something. I should probably move if I can. What is my movement? I can go 25.
You can also fly. I'll remind you, there is room to fly.
Yeah.
Reynolds is flying.
The other dude's flying, right?
Actually, he's not gonna get
My
that bonus.
fly is. My fly is like double that, isn't it? Or just 40. Alright, I will fly. I'm gonna fly over. If I could use select and not the ruler.
I have done that so many times. Let me just measure something out, and now I'll
Let me
move.
measure something,
Oh
and
wait,
then I'll
I have
also
to
measure.
switch back to the thing that isn't the ruler. Oh yeah.
I'm going to measure again. So I'm flying to the window. I'm looking out the window. It's a beautiful sight.
Did you? What was your pathway?
Over the top?
Did you go by him?
Oh yeah, you know what? I would have.
All right, he's gonna make an opportunity attack on. Is he gonna do that? That's his. It's a reaction, right?
Correct.
Make sure I don't waste one of his things.
Feel free to waste one of his things.
Yeah, you can waste. It's okay.
Hold on just a second. Thinking. Oh, okay. I forgot that.
Starting to wonder if Bird Reynolds has like counterspell or something. I'm trying to think of the stuff that's reactions.
No, he's just gonna take a shot at you as you go by.
Mm. I'll remind him we left the oven on and you should go check on that. Make him overthink things.
So a 15 misses you, or no?
Wow, that just hits me.
Does it?
Yeah, my armor is only 14 without the shield.
Oh. Then you are shot for
Son of a bitch.
7 piercing.
You should have your shield now, though, right?
It's in Quiplic's magic bag of stuff.
Well, thank you for being honest about it.
Well, you know. That's what I do.
This bot fires 3 times with its eye beams at Arnulf and misses all 3. This one comes over to Quiplic, and it is going to make tentacle attacks.
Not the Doc Ock arms.
Can make 2 of these. First one is a 13. Second one is a 12.
Bounce off the shield. Off the shield.
Very disappointed. Templeton.
Okay.
This is
I'm
going to be
going to.
this is going to be the last round for the night, guys. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to run over to here. That's where Doodlebop dude is normally right here, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
21 on the opportunity attack.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. No, I didn't pull my sword. Unless you can say that I had my sword out.
Yeah, I'll say you can have it out.
Okay, because then I can add enough bonus that it doesn't attack me.
Is that a bonus
Wait.
action or a reaction?
Wait, no, that is a reaction. I can't use a reaction during the turn, can I? A reaction to a reaction.
Can you
You
react
can
to
use
it?
a reaction.
You should
on
be
your
able to
turn,
use
but
your
you use it
reaction
up.
as long as you have a reaction to
Yeah,
use.
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
So you just kind of whacked the tentacle aside just as it was coming in to
Yeah.
crush your shoulder.
Okay. Nice. And I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast. So I get 3 beams. I'm gonna do 1 at Ed and 2 at the robot that just attacked me.
Okay.
Ooh, Ed is see, for ranged spell attack, oh, there's my spell attack plus 8, so that's a 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
And flat D10 is 6.
6 damage. Okay.
6 damage.
Yeah, that hits. What kind of damage is that?
Eldritch Blast is force damage, I believe.
Yeah, it.
Okay.
I'm glad you can see that because all I see. Oh yeah, there it is. Force damage. Okay.
I just remembered
Looks
that
like a
because it's
tadpole. I'm like.
one of the damages that most things don't have resistance to.
Okay, and nat 20.
Wow.
Let's go.
Nice.
So that's going to be 13 damage, and then a 21.
That one's on the third bot, the lower little bot.
Yes, yes,
21 hits.
and that's a 10.
That rocks. That's the first damage that bot took. It kind of rocks back from the damage, but it stays upright. Ed's looking terrible.
Okay. And then I just did something with one of my D10s, and I don't know what I did with it. That's interesting. Cool.
Well, if you're anything like me, your foot's gonna find it later.
Yes.
Like Lego.
Yeah.
At least these are the rubbery ones, so it's
Oh.
not death, just annoying. But so that's the only other thing I would have is a bonus. Am I gonna? Okay, that'll be it.
Abraxas.
Okay. Well, shit. Line of sight's a little bit out of whack now. Because you know what happens when I miss? Arnolf is very familiar when I miss. I'm gonna take a crack at that guy,
Master Tau.
Master Tau, and I'm gonna use my lightning launchers, and I'm gonna see if at least the first hit works if I sharpshoot it. So this next roll is at a -5.
Is this, just to clarify, is this a magic attack? Or is this a missile attack?
Ranged attack.
Ranged attack.
Yeah. Does he have some kind of cool special defense?
Yeah, monks have
The
a
monk.
thing where they can catch arrows and bullets and other things.
Can he catch lightning?
That's what I don't think they can do.
In the face.
Yeah, I feel
No.
like it's an
Hold your
energy
hand out
attack.
and
It's not like a
grab it.
physical object.
No, he can't do that.
It
He
might be a
can't-
ranged spell attack.
Yeah, he can't deflect that. He can't stop lightning. It's not one of the damage types he can stop.
I guess that kind of makes sense. All right, let's see if this works. So whatever I roll, it's a -5, but I may cat bell it if it's really shitty. I
too.
am going to cat bell that. For only marginally better. That's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Sweet. So we are looking at a 1d6, which is only a 3, plus 6, which is a 9, plus an additional d6, which is only a 3 for a 12, plus 10 for 22 points of lightning damage.
And the additional d6, that was from the sharpshooter?
No, the additional d6 is the first shot with a lightning launcher gets an additional d6.
What is
The first shot
sharpshooter
that
do
hits. Gives me a -5 to hit and a plus 10 to damage.
Oh, okay.
So you see, kind of, you blast into Master Tau, blackening his fur and like blowing some of it straight with the static of the electricity. You see him go, it's like some of the damage seems to disappear. That doesn't mean he's resistant to it. Just means he's got an ability.
And I just say, and it's drowned out by my second shot. Which we're going to go the same thing again. So this is a -5. Please don't be a wasted shot. Ah, Farfig Nugan. What are we looking at? That's a 17 to hit.
That's a miss.
I did a slight movement. I did 2 attacks. I swore. That's my round.
Okay. Brett, you can see some mechanisms, things fusing within Ed 209 for a moment there, and then he takes his attacks. He's going to Ed, canonically, Ed's pretty stupid, right?
I mean, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not
the
one of the
original one
smarter
is-
robots in.
It was designed to replace RoboCop, but it doesn't have the human brain, so
Right.
it's dumb.
All right, so I'm going to say Quiplik and Templeton, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex.
Templeton, is he
I'm
just
cat
shooting all
belling
over the
this.
place?
I'm catballing this.
Oh,
That was a
jeez.
really garbage roll. I mean, it's still a +0, but I think I have to be able to roll better.
Oh,
than
yeah.
that. There we go.
There
An
you go.
18 on the deck save instead of a 5. I just want to say that because we as players were looking at the thing, but I want to say that for the people watching.
And Templeton?
What am I missing?
Dex-
We're making a deck save right now.
Oh, sorry.
I think
Ed is
just
shooting some type of
haphazardly.
barrage of,
Yeah.
of stuff at us. I mean, bullets, presumably.
Well,
It could be fruit pies. You don't know.
It could be many things. I don't know. what we got
23.
in there.
All right, so you both make your saves. You only take half of this. You take 7 fire damage as he launches a grenade between you.
Oh, grenade. Okay. Half is 7. Yeah, I can. That'll be all right.
And then it's going to fire its shotgun at Retso. 20. That's a miss for you, isn't it?
Correct.
You cheeky bugger. Okay, and that's it. That's Ed's turn. Probably his last
Oh.
turn.
The above VTT is reminding me that I should make a concentration check because I took damage.
Ah, very good.
So I'm going to do that. I do it with advantage because I took the Warcaster feat. And yeah, we're good. The builder stays banished.
All right. Master Tao attacks Arnolf. His first swing, perhaps hurt by the lightning he took, misses. The second one hits on a 26,
Sure does.
and you're going to take 10 bludgeoning. And please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Nope, just strength stuff. Okay. 21.
Okay, you are not stunned. I wasn't going to stun you anyway. I don't do player stuns anymore. What I do instead of player stuns is I do just disadvantage on shit.
I am going to, after receiving that damage, use my reaction to unstable backlash. Have me a little mood swing.
Oh, is this the thing where you get to re-roll your magic aura of stuff?
Yep.
Nice.
Say 1. So that one is, I think that is the doom tentacle things.
I think so.
Shattering tendrils. Each creature of my choice within 30 feet has to make a Constitution save DC 17. Will take 1d12 necrotic. That's going to be Tau. Both those robots. Bird Boy.
Tau saves.
Probably not that guy.
Reynolds fails.
Just those 4.
Red robot succeeds, and this robot was. I don't know if you know that or not. That the green one there was reprogrammed by Abraxas.
Oh, that's right. He just ran by. Leave him alone.
So it's a okay, yeah.
He's still trying to get dead.
The Arcocra fails.
And he receives pitiful 3 necrotic. However, I gain, and also pitiful but not quite as pitiful, 5 temp HP.
Anime tentacles, man.
Hurt you, I feel fine.
Once that pops, that's done, right? That's not like the difficult terrain thing you get.
Right, that one's a one and done.
Yeah.
He's going to blow key point to attack 3 more times at you. Miss.
Yeah, monks are bullshit.
19
Yes, they are. They're awesome.
and
Yes,
21.
and-
So 2 hits
Yes.
for 12 and 12. 24 damage. Bludgeoning.
Alright.
him to gravity.
That's what I'm saying. Been saying this since the start.
Right out the window.
Green robot springs into
My
action
landing pad.
and attacks Ed.
Go green robot.
It takes a tentacle out. These are not nearly as beefy as the ones on the red bots. This is more for handling cargo and stuff, but it does take a swipe at Ed and hits.
Yeah, do something, Lunchbox.
It takes its second attack, which misses.
Aw.
All right, Arnold, I'm sorry. You are clearly the most dangerous guy here by what you're doing, so you're drawing these attacks. Bird Reynolds fires his bow at you.
To attack the screaming angry lion. I'm sure it'll end well.
Hang on, let me get some popcorn.
25 to hit.
You know what? It just doesn't.
All right, so you were aware of him for a moment, and then you kind of lose your sense of where he is. So when his shot hits, it hits hard. You take 9 piercing damage. And then, no, and then.
No more, and then.
Where the frick did it go? You take 20 sneak attack damage.
Oh, sneak attack, mother.
So that's what that
Keep
feels
it up,
like.
Nuggets.
Just thinking it's
Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Quiplick,
Yes.
your turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah. As an action, I am going to use one of my channel divinities. I'm going to use the Grave Domain Cleric's Path to the Grave, and I am going to put a curse on Barca.
Ooh.
Until the end of my next turn, any hit from myself or an ally, he will have vulnerability to that damage, and then the curse ends.
No saving throw?
No saving throw.
Damn.
Channel divinity is the
That's a
righteous
good
power
one.
of a cleric.
I don't have a thing for that.
Righteous.
I mean, it's gonna go away as soon as someone hits it, though, so you probably won't need to mark them off. As a bonus action,
Well, actually,
I
I
am
do.
going to activate my starry form of the archer, and I'm going to shoot at him. All right, let me just mark that off, and then
Oh, so this will be ruined right now then.
I mean, if I hit him,
Oh.
it definitely specifies on a hit. So
When you do
Alright,
start
start.
form of the archer, is that one of those magical girl transitions?
yes, if you want to picture it that way, it absolutely is. It does leave him glowing, and like there's a literal like constellation on his chest. So
Oh,
yeah, if you want to picture a magical girl
magical.
transformation, I know I do.
Yeah.
All right, and then Quiplick shoots.
He scores. Oh,
That is an 18 to hit.
as a miss.
Okay. So, again, until the end of my next turn, the very next time someone hits Barca, Barca has vulnerability to that damage.
All right, so let me make a note. I'm putting the Bane
Yeah,
icon
I'm
on
doing
him,
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
but write down because this is the last. He's the last to go here.
So if
Yeah,
Bark
we'll
has
make it-
vulnerability on
Oh,
the
right,
next
this is the end of the
attack
round.
on him.
here, but... Yeah.
Or until he is successfully
I,
attacked.
I mean, if nothing else, you can just write down. It's called. It's called Path to the Grave.
Got it.
Is what I did to him.
I have Barca has vulnerability in the next successful attack on him due to Quiplic's path to the grave.
Yeah, that should be fine. That'll definitely be enough.
Got it.
Honestly, this is one of the features that I forget about sometimes, and I'm like, damn, I should use this way more often.
Hey, Bob, did you forget to attack with your sword? Your summoned
My,
sword? Spiritual weapon?
weapon.
Oh.
No, I did. Didn't I hit him with it earlier?
Last round you did, not this round.
This round, you think you just...
Oh,
Did you just fly?
yeah, it flew around.
Oh yeah, you could have used your.
He gets an
spiritual
attack
weapon.
this round, yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to
Yeah, go ahead.
roll that? Well, that's a 10 to hit.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you had got all your stuff in.
Well, it's the end. Have you done your cat bell? Oh, does he have a cat bell? He's
Yeah,
got it.
everyone has cat.
Yeah. So if you haven't used your cat bell already, then you can re-roll that.
I'll save it for.
No, you get one. You get one per
per
night.
Per session, man. So.
Oh, is this it? We're done for now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, might as well re-roll it.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I just looked. It is even later than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
It's a
19 to
hint,
hit.
wink, wink.
That is a hit.
Nice.
And it does 10.
Yeah.
That-
Awesome.
I'm not making him. That's not sensitive. Though, so he still has the thing on him.
Right.
Yeah, because this would have happened on Corvex's turn, not
Right.
now. We're just rolling it retroactively.
Yeah, I didn't realize how late it was.
Neither did I. Like, I knew it was kind of late, but I just looked and I was like, oh, 11:30.
Surprised.
All right, he's going to attack. Let's out some more. 25 hits.
Yep.
I'll roll the second attack. That's a miss. He's going to action surge and swing at you 2 more times and critically fails the third, so I'm going to ruin his fourth. So
You
you
started
are.
saying critical, and I was like, fails. Oh.
Right.
So, oops. Oh, we just lost the map. You take 7 damage.
Oh, what happened there?
I clicked the wrong thing. Like, it disconnected, and I went to reconnect, but I clicked an X instead. And that is the end of the second round. Top of the third. We're going to hold it there, though. And pick it up next Wednesday. Is that okay? I think we all want to go to bed. It's late on the East Coast.
I will be out of town
Oh,
on Wednesday.
huh.
Although might be able to do it from a distance.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't count me out just yet.
okay. I don't know. Can you do this on an iPad?
I can bring my laptop with me.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well. All right, then.
Yeah, because you're kind of the one getting his ass whooped right now, so to
Yeah,
have
I
you
know.
magically disappear wouldn't be the best.
That's the best shield there is.
It's either that or you come
I'm
back later and it's like, so what happened was the character's dead.
So you're at your
You
funeral.
got a backup character, right?
So we're using you as woodpecker repellent.
Do you have a plot reason why you have a secret twin brother?
Well, he's a warforged, so yeah.
Actually, of all the characters, it would be the
Yes.
easiest one to say that there was, in fact, a secret twin brother.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it's when-
The secret reanimation protocol.
His twin brother, Toaster.
Yeah.
Right.
Rets out and Toaster like Tomatsu and Zaymat from G.I. Joe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Hey, if you're checking us out here in the audience, thanks for watching. We will be back here with more Etherflux Hunters on the CT Avis channel next Wednesday. This Sunday, Kingdom of Steam. Full steam ahead off a level up after defeating the Air Dragon, I guess is what we would call that. And then Monday on the Oddlot channel also is... I don't know if we have a name for it yet, but it's the waterborne pirate-ish new campaign in Pathfinder. Yeah,
We're playing
Pathfinder 2e. Well, we'll be back here next Wednesday for more Hunters. Thanks, everybody, for stopping.